Catch it and finish it in traffic. He's
playing in his third summer league game.
Yeah, out of high school, went right over to Australia to play pro basketball to help prepare him for this opportunity.
Good take. Anton Watson, former second-round pick of Boston back in 24. Jones cut off on that baseline. To the slot, Watkins dared to fire and buries the three. Right. His first appearance. Watson scored 7 of the first 9 for New York. Now looking to drop it off to the baseline. An empty trip for the Knicks as Jones breaks out in transition. Throw back Pierre. One extra from the top. Knockdown. Good ball movement. And
Watkins is looking really impressive here early on both ends of the floor.
Pull-up goes begging for Pate. Dylan Jones with the call ahead to Gilbert. Keyshawn Gilbert and the Washington Wizards with an early 3-point lead. Watkins catches that fastball, takes the contact, and converts inside.
Every time it touches his hand is max 1 or 2 dribbles, and it is going up. This is just a pickup game for him. But you want that from your backup.
Watkins using that screen to rise for 2. Splashy.
About him in the open, and a tremendous opportunity for him, and he's taking advantage of it. I mean, he's a player.
Making his impact defensively and then just tacking on the buckets.
Yeah, the only question you're going to have about him is whether he can consistently knock down jump shots, and he's shown you he can do that, knocking down 2 already, even though he missed that open.
Tyler Kolek working against Watkins. Tees up Beauchamp. Off iron. Battle for the board. Washington breaks out. Numbers if they hurry. Watkins calls his own number and finger rolls it in.
Which defender he wants to attack.
That was a foul to give in our last 2 minutes. So now they'll play it straight up. Gilbert and Kolek again. Gilbert behind the back. Gets 2 feet in the lane. Clock winding. Watkins launching. And they go to the locker room separated by 5. Have the answer. Back tap for more though. Grant rises. Off the mark from 3. Jones is a man on a mission. Sets up Watkins. 1 and done for the Wizards on this trip. First chance to call Lance Ware's name. He's in the game for the Knicks. 45 in white.
DOR's got to know he's got to tighten up the handles on that. Gat does a great job of stripping him. I thought his crossover was a little too wide there.
Rattles out on Watkins, all Knicks there for the board.
He's loving playing with Baba. He's hitting gaps and finding guys, just playing the right way.
Gilbert with a sweet pass. Wizards doing some of the same. Just no result as Pate pulls down the rebound.
Hello. With authority. It's a great play from the weak side, seeing it. He saw that fade screen coming, setting up for Rain Smith to get that 3. He wasn't having any of it. Got him out.
At Peyton Company here.
I wonder if you're doing that because of Rain Smith. He has no idea what your defensive rotations are.
Simplify it.
Yeah.
Let's play 2-3.
Play 2-3 zone, and on the other end, when you're open, shoot it. You go to the NBA. Your job is to defend and get stops. And Jamir Watkins is showing you he can do that with the best of them.
Has slacked away as he went for that layup. Anton Watson.
Knocked down another 3 there.
His 5th make from distance, 21 points. Once again, a 3-point game.
I thought he had one in previous possession and turned it down. But he did a good job. Dink just drove it and got a 3-point play, so it worked out well for the Knicks.
Step back triple. Watson off front iron, and it falls.
Knicks are extending their defense. They've gotten really physical. The refs have let them play these last couple of possessions.
Keyshawn Gilbert slaloming through traffic, feeds the corner. Big hits. Sharp from distance.
That's how Gat's been contributing on the offensive end.
Now the steal, and Watkins clear for takeoff.
But we'll be making sure that everyone knows how to pronounce your son's name correct.
Leaky Black gets his own rebound. Finds Watkins and Jamir. Moves with his movements.
He really is. And Cody's a late bloomer. You're talking about a young man that really was an unknown until his senior year in college. So get an opportunity to see some of your favorite players because they show up to support their teammates as well. Anthony Edwards, of course, making an appearance in the building. Not sure if Bron has been here or not this week. So again, to be able to see your favorite players showing up, it's a huge deal. And again, no team in Vegas yet, as our commissioner, Adam Silver, recently said that the NBA will look forward to exploring expansion very soon.
Watkins gets the three.
Certainly they've got a lot of experience, and certainly in the locker room.
And not just from the standpoint of
I'm Sharania, who's not the actual person, but someone who's breaking news. And then we have our athlete representation group here. So it's definitely, everyone gets a part of the trade deadline here, and it's one of the great experiences. We went through it last year. It's really a really neat process.
I need to take this class next year. That's it. I'm in.
Come down. You get free admission.
Yeah.
Come on down.
Yeah. I mean, if Corey's there, I got to be there.
I mean, yeah, I'll be there. Watkins is trying to get to the top of the key. Cody having no parts of it. Call for the infraction.
Keyshawn Gilbert gets it into Leaky Black. Gilbert swings it. Watkins for three. Too strong. Hits the heel. Elijah Harkless pulls for three. Hits the back iron. Jamir Watkins. They swing it. A.J. Johnson thought about it. Johnson caught in air. Gets it to Black. One more to Watkins. Wide open for three. Short. Johnson gets the screen from Black. Black rolls, kicks it to the corner. Watkins open for three. Won't go. Rebound Robbins, but an offensive foul. Watkins on the drive, gets into the paint. This is everything there. Fantastic. Three ball on the way for Watkins. It's front iron. ESPN2, followed by the Spurs and Hornets on ESPN. The third matchup, Celtics-Lakers. You and I have that, Corey. And the nightcap with the Nuggets and Clippers at 11 Eastern on ESPN2. We'll have 9 minutes left, so the Wizards, his back is at the free throw line. Can't get that one. Wait, but they get it back. It bounces over to... So the inbound by A.J. Johnson. Black hands it off to him. Watkins wide open for three. Late contest. Watkins buries the...
Against Gak to get the three off, but once Gak did a tremendous job defensively, got to the rim.
Gak with the show and go. Loses it for the moment. Black able to recover. Johnson. 10 seconds on the shot clock. 14-point game. Watkins for three. No good. And Harkless.
Team are trying to figure things out.
Here's Edgecombe. Lobs up top looking for Adem Bona, who was last year's second-round draft pick of Philadelphia. First possession for the Wizards. Dylan Jones lassos to the near side wing. Jamir Watkins too long on the three. News yesterday with Paul George announced underwent arthroscopic surgery on his left knee. So to follow up what was an injury-riddled campaign a season ago.
Yeah, and that's
some off-season bad news on the Philly side.
And that's going to be really tough for Paul George because Paul George is BJ and allowing BJ to take him.
Yeah, with BJ's quickness on the 7-footer instead. Jalen Hood-Shafino turns it over.
That's where you got to have a high basketball awareness and basketball IQ. As we see the three-ball corner pocket getting back to the...
Started 0 for 6. Missing all 4 from three-point range. Bona gives it away. Deshaun Gilbert out of Iowa State. Undrafted rookie. A big part of TJ Otzelberger's team, although injured heading into the NCAA tournament, which was a big loss for the Cyclones. Straight away, 3. Steps against the chase with 3 seconds. Watkins steals the inbounds with 1. Oh, slotted.
With an excellent pass to Bona inside. I love the big action. But that's where I see VJ Edgecombe. You're not going to ask VJ Edgecombe to initiate offense just yet at this stage in his career.
Well, let's take a look at the Sixers backcourt as of now. You mentioned Tyrese Maxey, all-star a couple of seasons ago. They had who could have been the rookie of the year, or at least a contender when he was healthy, and Jared McCain. Quentin.
And the name of the back of the jersey. He cared about Auburn basketball, but he also cared about the Broom family and knew where he came from. He's a guy that was always overlooked, and he didn't let that, you know, he played with a chip on his shoulder, and as long as he keeps that chip and stays humble and hungry, he's going to have a long career in the NBA.
From you, too. Usually he's pumping himself up, you know?
That's because Charles recognizes championships. He recognizes rings. Okay, thanks, Lauren. Good to see you again.
You too, guys.
Well, that's Bruce Pearl. We thank him for joining us as Watkins gets another run out for. He's an exciting player to watch. Koulibaly's rookie year. Alex,
I'm saying,
if you're a fan,
what do you mean by it's an excited time?
Because you can see young players grow. That's. Now, Brendan, you've mentioned a few times the athletic ability of Edgecombe, but I feel like A.J. Johnson on that side, he's a special athlete too.
Yeah, A.J. Johnson's definitely a big-time athlete. I remember watching him from actually Milwaukee last year in the summer league, and he made some plays, but I was like, oh, this kid's got some bounce to him. I remember watching him from actually Milwaukee last year in the summer league, and he made some plays, but I was like, oh, this kid's got some bounce. Take the charge, Johnson with the great drive, sidesteps him just enough to get the easy two.
Wizards can tie it with a 3. Watkins won't fall.
Like you said, he's coming back, first game from a thumb injury. Hasn't had a chance to play in the previous games in the summer league, so he's just trying to get his footing, get his rhythm.
Curling Watkins pulls it from down the stretch of the season and has also shot it well in summer league. That is 10 in a row for the Sixers. Watkins across the lane. Bona altered that. It is an 18-2 Philadelphia crunch time run.
I tell you what, offensively, Philadelphia started to pick it up, and defensively, they really just turned the Wizards' water off here.
Windows are tight, and it's absolutely, whether you are an international player or not, even just coming from college in general, the first time you go through an NBA camp or a preseason game.
Looking for his lick back right here. Couldn't get it. Ball comes out right to Watkins. 3. Sark chasing down the loose ball. Watkins.
He's done it on every single platform that you can. Dribble drive, finish to the rim athletically. He's finished in transition. He's done step back jumpers mid-range. He's catch and shoot threes. He's come off down screens. He could just flat out score as much when he's on the floor. I'd like other people to handle the ball with a guy like this and let him catch the ball off of some sort of initial action where he can catch it in an advantageous position without having to work so hard off the dribble.
Watkins from deep, off the mark. George with the rebound. Got it off glass. Got to the Suns after the 3rd trade on draft night involving Portland, OKC, and the Knicks. To the front court, Johnson. Shot clock and game clock is off. 14 to go. Ellis with good defense. And he's got the straps on Johnson. That shot comes off to Iguodaro. And
get fancy with a left-handed layup. That ball's probably going to get erased.
And here we go, a little room service again, this time for Watkins. And it's
that on your team, you know, motivate you to be better.
And then lastly, just what are your expectations for this upcoming season?
I want to make the playoffs. You know, I want to get right back to, you know, where Phoenix is supposed to be. You know, have the, you know, PHX rock.
Absolutely take advantage of your opportunities, but if you play out of control, it's just going to show so quickly. I think Boogie Ellis has been exactly what Phoenix was hoping he would be tonight.